great Ciaran Clarke, back at Bellator Dublin, Bellator 299. Tell us how it's been a different camp for you, all around the world, traveling, lots of attention on you and who you were training with and everything. Tell us how this last month or so has been for you.
Yeah, so like you mentioned there, yeah, it's been definitely different, all right, and spontaneous. Yeah, like I suppose the last 4 weeks I was away in Cannes, France, with Conor. I was invited over to do some training with Conor and Lee and Keane and Daniele and Kiefer and got a little group for Scone for to do a bit of training with Conor. And yeah, like you said, it was so fun, spontaneous. It was like a Wednesday, and I got a phone call off John. I was actually kind of having a deload week, and he was like, "Oh, how you getting on? And how are you? How's your sleep?" And normal conversation. And he said, "Oh, look, would you want to do a bit of training with Connor?" And I said, "Because I had trained with him like 1 or 2 weeks before that." And he was like, I was like, "Oh yeah, what time tomorrow?" And he was like, "No, it's over in Cannes and in France." And I was like, "Oh, right." And he was like, "Yeah, just send us your passport. Send us the details." And yeah, within 10 minutes and a few hours, I was over in France. So that's where that came about. And yeah, then I was actually I was actually there for an extra 2 days in Nice. The way it worked out with the UK flights, that flight situation. So, yeah, so like that, all I can say is it was an experience, and it was just you know I can it was so valuable to me, and what I mean by that, what I took from it, I got to be over there with Connor's team, and the networking I got because of it was unbelievable. I got friendly with Phil Sutcliffe, and obviously two-time Olympian boxing coach with Connor, and I've been training in Crumlin since that. Just got me one session in. Honestly, just been around Connor, seen the best of the best, and just seeing how he trains, and really genuinely I can say I really learned so much from that. Lads, and got great training, and Connor took 15 years, and that really shed a few extra pounds because of the weather and stuff, obviously, and yeah, it was amazing. Honestly, it was great, and yeah, I was so thankful to Connor, and like I said, he couldn't be more accommodating to me and all of us that went over, so it was brilliant.
I guess the obvious question is because I was asking Kiefer about this, and we're writing a piece about sort of what camp was like for you guys. Because I'm interested in. So you get a call on a Wednesday, and it's like you're coming over tonight. Was the team all like? Was that team that was brought over with Lee, Key, and Kiefer, all of those people? Was that assembled like on the day? Like you just decided, right, we're going out to camp right now, and we're gonna get 4 weeks of work in.
No, I think basically what it was, on my end, I think one or two other lads maybe had pulled out, so there was a team been assembled anyway, and obviously Keane and Connor, oh sorry, Keane and Lee are fairly they're staples of Connor's training. I mean they're always there with the lads. So I think he was just assembling the team, and I like I said, I got a bit of training with Connor a few weeks prior, and he he kind of like singled me out of a mat full of 50 people and was like, "Kieran, I'll go with you and I'll train with you." And when he was in SPG, so I think he kind of took a liking to me in that sense. Like, obviously I'm a safe training partner. He enjoyed training with me. And then I think just from there, then yeah, like that, he assembled a team, and obviously he's looking to have a comeback. We don't know, the ins and outs of everything, but he's back training. He's getting fit, and he's always sharp. He's always mentally sharp. He's just so, he's Conor McGregor. He's one of the best to ever do it. I'd arguably say he's the best to do it. Because of what he has done. He's the Muhammad Ali of MMA. He's transcended the sport, and like I said, yeah, he's always mentally sharp, and just to be around that, I said, it was a blessing. And yeah, so I think he was assembling a team to get over and to train, and to start the motions for a camp going.
And physically looking good. I mean, we saw some pictures of him. He looks lean. He looks like he's getting back down to the weight. And how was he? How was he in training? Did he look like sharp and kind of? Do you think he'd be ready to go in December?
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. Like I said, he's sharp. He's just after receiving the jiu-jitsu black belt, which is well deserved because like his movement and everything, and like I said, his mind for the game, he's so sharp mentally, and that was another thing I learned when over there. Resting when you need to, and like giving 100% in every session. And whereas if you're constantly going foot to the mat and always killing yourself, and you're not fully there. What I mean, when the sparring days come, you're not fully 100% giving your all, and that's what I learned from Conor. No, he was like, take a rest this day, and tomorrow we're going at it, and it's going to be hard, but we're going to get 100% out of that session. And whereas if you're going in and you're running X amount of miles and you're coming in and you're doing so much training, your body's tired, your mind's tired. Whereas with Conor was like, I really seen like the benefits of being fresh and mentally fresh. So that was a great a great eye opener for me. And as far as December, he's going to be really sharp, really ready for that fight.
In terms of you and Kiefer, I single you two out because you're the two guys who have fights. Like you're the two guys who are over there who are actively in the final stages of camp. Did it kind of double up as like, I know it was like Connor's whole thing, but it was kind of for you and Kiefer really by the end of it because you're the guys who are actually coming into active competition within the next few weeks.
Yeah, like that, like you say that, and like as well. When we were training, like Conor was very conscious of that. Conor was like, "We're gonna get the second session tonight in, and it's gonna be X, Y, and Z for the two boys." And now Conor was great like that. I have to say, like that. He's getting back in. He's obviously he's getting ready for something coming up, whether it be December. I don't know. Obviously, all this is rumor. Doesn't know actual contract signed, or all I know is that he would love to be fighting in December, but we don't know. But like that, yeah, myself and Kiefer had these fights, and like that, he was like making sure we were getting our sessions in, and so he was great like that, man. Honestly, and all the coaches, he'd be like, right, we're gonna do this session here, and the coaches are there for you, and take full advantage of that. And it was, again, I can't thank him enough, and it was a great experience. I can't thank my coach John enough as well because he presented that opportunity to me. So only for John and being there in SBG, all these opportunities come. I'm constantly training with different guys, different people coming over from different countries, and look, it's shown in our results.
When it comes to your fight on September the 23rd, Bellator 299, Premislav Gorny, I don't like with a lot of the SBG guys in particular to say the opponent too much because he'll probably pull out and there'll be another guy, right? That's how it tends to go.
Yeah, look, please God, I'm gonna bless myself here now, because my last two fights, that was the case. 10 days out, I got a pull out. 2 weeks out, pull out, and you're gearing up for an opponent. The next later they pull out, and yeah, look, it's just it is what it is, and all I know is. I actually, funny enough, I had a conversation with my sponsor there today, and he's a great man, and Granite Hops Ireland, and Colin Sullivan and Thomas Sullivan, and the two lads had a great conversation, and it's just like it's just a body, it's just a shape, and I know we always hear this and stuff, but it's like it really is that, like it's just like I have prepared myself in each and every way to be fully prepared for this fight, and it doesn't matter really who's in front of me. They're reacting to me, and I'm going in there to get the victory. And God willing, I get it, and that's the way I look at it.
And this is, from what I understand, potentially maybe the last Bellator fight for you. There could be a new deal, or you could be looking at other options depending on how it all goes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so like that. This is my last fight, my contract. It'll be up in there in November, 2 years, and yeah, so like that. I don't know what's after. I haven't a clue. All I know is I've another tough man to beat now in 2 weeks, and that's all I'm focused on. And I'm not looking past that, and that's it. I'd rather be 8-0 than 7-1 in a position after this to either resign or to look elsewhere. I don't know like that. I don't even like even talking about it because um that's not on the cards yet, and I can't control it. All I control is myself, my training, getting myself right for this fight, and that's it.
The security of the last few years has been brilliant for you, and I think I'd imagine that that's something that'll play a factor in your re-signing. Is like there's been, and maybe I'm sure you would like to get out a bit more than the 2 times a year, but you're guaranteed these big fights in front of a home crowd with a lot of tickets sold, and all of this stuff, and probably paying a lot better than if you were fighting 5 times a year on the regional circuit out here. So I guess Bellator have been very good to you, right?
Oh no, like Bellator have been, they really kind of scouted me since I was amateur. Like they were getting behind me to, not a lot of people know that, but like they were like getting behind me to support me, going abroad internationally and stuff, and paying for fees and stuff, and really, like I said, they scouted me from the start, and yeah, basically really and truly they have basically you know they've took such good care of me, and really they've basically you know look, as well, I earned me stripes. I've earned me stripes of promotion. I had to earn me stripes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way it worked. And yeah, that's basically it. You know what I mean? And but all I can say is they really, really did get behind me, and it's been brilliant. You know what I mean?
Of course, and I'm expecting another big crowd.
I'm just getting a delivery here. I'm just getting a delivery here. One of my mates here. Thanks for that. No, sir. Sorry about that. Sorry.
No worries. That's how life is. It's a busy life. Massive crowd
And
expected from Drogheda. As
oh,
oh, what is it? What's the delivery?
it's just vitamins there from online, so
I'll
that's
be
all.
very careful with them vitamins that you get online. You never know.
No, it's all approved. Trust me, it's all you said approved.
Is like obviously there's a huge crowd coming from Drogheda for this fight in Dublin, and it's a big spot on the card for you as well. I mean, talk to me about how everything has kind of been going in terms of you're moving around a lot, but you're still selling tickets, you're still going around, and you're still expecting a big audience on September 23rd.
Yeah, exactly, and going back to like the Bellator question as well, like even to get these Dublin shows and stuff, and it was massive. It was massive for me, and and I can't thank them enough for the opportunity. And like they really are, they pushed me for main cards, and along with Olympians, World Championship fights, and I was lucky to be a part of these fights, and like that, to be selling these tickets. But like I said, I earned me stripes. I've
Mm-hmm.
fought the hard fights. I've took the hard road, and like I said, yeah, it's paid dividends. You know what I mean? And but yeah, like that, would love to get a run out of like somewhere abroad or something, because it's added pressure. It's a lot of running around. There's tickets, and I have to say I would be glad to be done with that, because it's just like I love it if just people could get a link and just bang and buy them,
Yeah,
because it is very stressful. And my girlfriend Lauren does all of that. She seats everybody beside each other, and
I guess
it's
Paris
very
was
stressful.
nice then.
Yeah, man. See, Paris was like a walk in the park, and I mean that. It was like it was so enjoyable. Like obviously to get the win in front of your hometown crowd, like it'll never compare. It's like it genuinely, it's very hard to compare. Like getting that win in the Tree Arena is unbelievable. But when I went to Paris, I was there fighting the hometown lad in the Echo Arena for the first time ever, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Since it was legalized, it was great to be a part of. Again, those opportunities from Bellator, but it was like, it was brilliant. It was like a glorified spar. I was just going in to have it, it was just it was so enjoyable in that sense as well, So like that, I'm looking to get a run out abroad and start feeling that again.
I thank you so much for your time. I wanted to ask as well about your social media. Obviously, you got the shout from Conor. He shared the link for the tickets and everything. Did you notice a big jump in your numbers after he put the tag? And look, Adam, I'm sorry for mentioning it, but he said UFC ready in the tag. It wasn't necessarily all Bellator, but he did give you that push. Have you seen the numbers go up since?
Oh, definitely, yeah, of course, and yeah, big time, definitely did, and definitely got a few messages, bogey messages. Hey, man, I could do this for you, and you look great, brother, and all this stuff, So plenty of that as well. But yeah, got a great reception from that, and like that, I didn't, expect nothing like that from Conor. Conor, that's the way Conor is, and he's great like that, man. He really does give back, and I was delighted at that, because it was like, you know what? that's he didn't have to do that for me. Like you said, there's plenty of other lads that he knows is a long time, and but he did, and I really appreciate that. And it was great, and yeah, look, it's just been great.
And there must be some part of you that does think if things don't work out after the 23rd, that Ian Gary card would be nice to be on.
Listen, man, I'm here. I'm the way I look at it is, we'll have a conversation in 2-3 weeks, please God, and please God, as I said, I'll be 8-0. We can have a good conversation then, but genuinely, I'm just hell bent and blinkers on, just getting this win because it means so much to me. And each fight does, I'm 0-0. I'm not 8-0. I'm 0-0.
Mm-hmm.
That's my mentality, and I have to beat this guy. So after that, we can have a good conversation.
I think it's going to be a great conversation. I think that for you, it's going to be a great conversation with Bellator and with anyone else you talk to because your stock is as high as it's ever been. It's a great position to be in negotiation wise. To come into this one, having changed the weight class, be 8-0, everything with the camp and everything. And I think after September 23rd, after a big win in Dublin at the Three Arena, there's going to be some very very good conversations to be had with Bellator and everyone else.
Exactly. And like that, as I said, it's always just bigger and better, and each fight is that, from your first fight to the next, it leads to this, and that's it, and yeah, very interesting times.
If you want to shout out any of your sponsors now for the when we put the video out on social media, here's your chance.
Yeah, like that. Just want to say thanks to all my sponsors, and my main sponsors, Granite Hops Ireland, all the other sponsors. I've a long list. There's an after party in Earth nightclub in Drogheda. Murray's coaches bringing buses from people to and from the event. Leading contracts, Connect Flooring, Harvard Motor Company, Sean Carroy Fitness, doing my boxing there, Integral Gym. Look, I genuinely have the greatest support. Really, I really have great support here in the town, and everybody gets behind me locally, and it's unbelievable. And I just want to say, I really do understand how much it costs for people to come up there before they put their hand in their pockets, €100 to get there, and between tickets and everything. And I really appreciate taking the time off work and staying in hotels to come up and watch me, and yeah, like that. And again, like yourselves, give me the time. I appreciate it.
No, thank you for your time always, Ciaran, and I can't wait to watch the fight and celebrate with you after a big 8-0 win.
Love it, man. Thanks a million.
Cheers, mate. Thank you, guys. Bye.